each day with Travis and Shawn, it's the easy way. Just sit back, cause the fun is sublime. Talking about life, all things in time. They mixing stories, a laugh or two. In the northern light, they shine right through. With a laugh and a tale, they set the tone. Stories of love, heartaches unknown. A warm embrace to the airways flown. In this timeless place where good vibes flow.
The following is a Comerford Creative production.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the 430 Dinner Club. I am Shawn here with my co-host Travis. We're just two mid-Kansas dads talking about life, the things that make us laugh, and everything in between. This is episode 17.
That's right, Shawn. We got a packed episode today. We got national and local headline news. We've got sports. We've got weather. We've got it all. You're in the right spot. So grab a drink, cozy up, and let's have a good episode.
You used to say we have our favorite drinks.
Well, it's not just what we have. I need to take into account all of our viewers.
Hey, thanks for bringing me a bottle, by the way.
What do you think this is? Maria?
It wasn't for me, I guarantee you that.
You never bring me a drink, dog. I offered you some root beer float Mike and Ike's. And
Okay, I'll take one now.
Feeling a little better about life now?
Not really.
Do you want this?
No, I got 3 cans back here. I'm a little down because I was going to have a sneak peek. Like I said, we moved it up 30 minutes early. Now we're actually 10 minutes early.
From regular time?
Yes, that means we are 10 minutes late. But I will take that any day of the week, I guess. So yeah, I was gonna take the old Pocket 2 camera and do a little bit of a live behind the scenes as we get ready. Couldn't get that goddamn thing to hook for nothing. I have no idea why. Other times it works perfectly. So I don't know. Go figure. My luck, I guess. And I'm assuming after you leave,
it'll work perfectly.
Oh yeah.
I'm starting to think it's me.
I do too, honestly.
Now, like when it comes to me sending emails or trying to get computers to work, they just fall apart all over the place.
How you like your new computer?
It's amazing. It doesn't just shut down on me randomly.
It's amazing what you can do with it.
Yeah. It took 3 minutes a miracle to get it.
3 No shit. Which is insane, but that's what we're dealt with, right?
Yep, we just got to roll with it. How was your Easter weekend?
My Easter weekend was actually unforgettable.
Unforgettable?
Yeah.
Big things?
Might be a little long, and it is fucking smoking hot in here.
Yeah, I'm wearing my heavy duty fucking Carhartt.
God damn it. But yeah, no, I was just joking. It was a good Easter. Didn't make it out to I had every intent in the world to make it out to my little brother's house, my Uncle Fred. Shout out to Fred. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to all the Comerfords. But I didn't. It was cold and rainy, and just things took longer than what it was, and God damn you. So we spent more time over there than planned, and just didn't fucking make it out there. I don't know what else to say. So yeah, I'll regret that later. I missed my Uncle Fred's and maybe my mom's last piece of the puzzle, I guess. Only thing left, and he was calling it his farewell tour.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I mean he's in perfect health. Well, he's battled cancer a little bit, but it looks great. He's 80 years old, lives in Arizona. He's driving the farewell tour.
Oh, damn.
And I'm guessing he's getting along just great because I wouldn't guess that he was 80, but it's kind of weird in a way, not to be too morbid, but probably the last time I'm going to see him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it was probably when my mom passed, last time I saw him. So him and my little brother Ryan are pretty close. They have an common interest of golf.
Oh.
So they talk quite a bit. So that's a good thing. How about you? What was your Easter like?
We went to Lawrence for the Kansas relays, and that was neat. I liked that. That was fun. Probably gonna head back next year.
And you say that was high school, correct?
It was high school and college.
High school and college.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
College is anywhere from Division One, this is kind of common for college track meets. Division One down to NAIA.
Oh,
Uh,
the old NIA and NAIA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that would be like Wesleyan, stuff
Yep.
like that.
Yep. I turned to them now. I wouldn't play for them.
And then it was like the top runners in the state high school. Oh, multiple states high school wise. We enjoyed it. It was really fun seeing Payson see that stuff and get excited about it. And
Yeah.
then we just kind of hung around on Easter. Easter's not a big deal with the Murrays.
No, I don't know why Christ Rising would be. I mean,
I'm saying the holiday itself. Why you spinning everything? I'm taking a shot at
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No, good. It's a big thing. I mean,
It's it's
ascending into heaven.
it's a remarkable thing, actually.
It's almost a miracle.
Criminy. I feel guilty even. I feel weird even talking about it. But yeah.
I think here's the thing that people forget. I think people need to take into effect that I am saying what I think about God.
Yeah.
God,
Wow.
people should take in the fact that your God should have a sense of humor and laugh along with you about stuff.
Yeah.
If he didn't have one, he or she didn't have one, then there'd be no
dude.
such thing as
He
a
or
sense of humor.
she. I don't think we need to go there, do we? I'm pretty sure it's a he. I don't mind. I don't usually have anything to say about the whole how things are different nowadays. But that one, I'm sticking to it. Is what it is. You can hate me.
I just had some stuff
Whoa. What?
run through my head that I could have said, but I don't think it would have gone over very well.
I'm sure probably not.
Nah, it was.
We whoa.
Whoop.
Stroked out. Wow. Malia'd be all over me right there. Shout out Malia. Got the rolling camera going over there. I don't know if you noticed that.
What's that mean?
I can roll it down the channel any way I want now.
Oh.
Like this one over here is rolled all the way down here.
Oh. Okay.
So I don't have to mess around with that.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's what we're on right now.
Back on church news, though.
Church news, huh?
The Catholic Church is looking for a new leader.
Yeah, gosh darn it. I don't... Man.
From what I understood, I mean, I think he was...
He was...
He didn't seem like he was around as long as...
He wasn't. Claudia and I were talking about this last night. And it's... For the ones that are... I mean, he was very, very new school kind of, He accepted a lot more.
I mean, the stuff I read and stuff, he wasn't... The more conservative leaning cardinals and leaders of the Catholic religion are kind of wanting that back, like Pope John Paul III, where he was at with things.
Yeah. So yeah.
Right? John Paul III, he was the one before that, correct?
Yeah. The Catholic Church is probably going to take a big step backwards now
Yeah, there's
as
one.
far as progression. And you know,
Well,
it
what?
is what it is. What?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'll let you go.
No, go ahead.
What I read, the front runner right now is the dude from Italy. He was a Middle Eastern, like he had something to do with Middle Eastern relations with the church and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
He's only been a cardinal since 2023. He doesn't seem as hardcore right wing leaning. Not right wing, I shouldn't say that. Conservative leaning.
Yeah.
But there is one from, was it Hungary?
That's for you, Pope Francis.
And with God he walks now.
I don't know what to say right now. In other news, wow, I almost want to say, why don't you go ahead and continue, but I don't think I want to. Anybody, just to let you know, I told, if I wouldn't have been fucking around with trying to do a little live right there, we probably actually would have been 15 minutes early. But I got hyper focused on that goddamn fucking thing. And
You got mean and nasty.
yep, T. Murray was trying to talk to me, and I had to say, Travis, I just need you to be quiet right now because I was stressing out.
I couldn't even look at him.
No, and that's not right. I shouldn't do that. But gosh dang, I'm the type of guy. As a dad, when they get into heavy traffic, screams to the rest of the family, "God damn it, shut up so I can see better." Yeah. But yeah, so I haven't eaten supper, and I didn't eat much for dinner. So you guys are gonna watch me eat looks like a turd, but it's a Sam's Club.
Is it the turkey ones?
No, I like you know what we do with the turkey ones? We actually use them for dog treats. It's cheaper than dog treats. Yeah,
I bet you the dogs love that too.
it's got to be healthier, right?
I don't know.
Really?
That's like saying a Slim Jim's healthy. Well, I guess it's turkey.
Turkey.
Yeah, but there's still. Or is that one like all greasy like a Slim Jim?
Yeah, but this is grass-fed beef.
Hell yeah.
You want one? I got it.
I just threw a dip in, and I got my root beer float. Mike Nikes.
Oh, I'm assuming you didn't eat either. Huh?
No. There's one time when my brother was in high school, we were taking a trip down to Red River, New Mexico, and he always rode with us. And me and him were like, man, we told my wife, was like, get a bunch of Slim Jims, like the boxes they have at Sam's. Mm-hmm. I was like, we're on a Slim Jim kick, and we ate Slim Jims.
I don't like Slim Jims. They're nasty.
This is the last time I ate Slim Jims. We ate them. That's a 6-hour trip from Western Kansas.
Yeah. And
we ate them the whole time. And the first day at Red River, we didn't leave the condo.
Wow.
It was.
Before I forget. Oh no, sorry. Go ahead.
It was a rough time.
You done now?
Yeah.
Before I forget. The way I understand it, we have 2 new viewers.
At least.
So, in order for you to be allowed to be a viewer, you better like, comment, and subscribe.
And I told him that.
And what I mean is, in order for us to actually tell who the subscribers are, it's kind of a hidden deal. So, I'm going to need you to put it in the comments that you are subscribed. So I'll give out the first ever non-family call out. Shout out to Scott and Art. There better be a fucking comment and a subscription.
Yeah, we're up to 33 subscribers, brother.
When I found out that first happened, I wasn't, I don't really want this to get out, but I do want it to get out. So it is what it is. I am who I am. I'm a dick. I'm a saint. I'm a lover. You know what I'm talking about? She's a bit. No, that's
I'm a
not.
bitch.
Yeah.
I'm a lover. I'm a something. I'm a mother. I'm a sinner. I'm a saint. I will not be ashamed.
So yeah.
That used to be somebody else's song that I used to make up for him.
Who?
Another coworker, but their song was "I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch."
Wow.
You can find that on YouTube, like on a 10-hour loop. There's that line.
You know, I've had a very stressful and very cram-packed week already, and it's Wednesday. And I'm going to do something now that I'm doing it on air. You know, this whole podcast thing, I think actually does me good because I get things out, you know. I want to say thank you, Travis. I don't say it very often, but
No.
there's a lot of times when I sit back and I think to myself, man, I am so busy with all this other stuff. You know, I don't have to be tied down with the day-to-day stuff anymore. So I get to do some special projects, and I get to, I don't know if it's get to or I have to, like take care of all our surveying now because we don't have a surveyor, and I think I'm probably the only one left that knows how to, you know, other than Jeff. But so yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for yourself and Crawford and even Andrew and Art, I would probably be where I was 10 years ago and a total dick. Where now I'm just partial.
And mostly towards me.
True.
Yeah.
But hey, that's what happens when you get the 6.
Yeah.
I told you that.
Yep.
So
And I'm
you do good at it.
here's the thing.
I can tell when I push too far. I can tell.
Oh,
I don't know if
I
you've
think
noticed, but I back off. Well, sometimes I go for just a little more.
The one that, what was that, a week or two ago?
Yeah,
When
I
I
get
took
to-
something wrong, I was like,
That was on you, though. The way you took that, I'm like, you really think that's what I...
that's what it sounded like.
God.
No, here's where I'm at right now with what I'm doing, especially with the whole shop thing.
Doing great at it for what we've thrown you into.
Yeah. Andy Dwyer off of Parks and Rec said it best. He goes, I don't know what I'm doing right now, but I know I'm doing a pretty good job at it.
Yeah, that's true. You know, as far as that goes, since, you know, there's going to be probably more and more people looking out, I'm thankful for all of our core guys. You know, like I said, I know Scott may or may not watch this, but, you know, I am thankful for what he brings to the table. He's a valued employee, and I need to do a better job of letting people know that. I'm pretty tough to work with. And it is who I am. I'm sorry, but I think at the end of the day, it makes all of you guys better than
What we would have been.
Yep. And like I said, I got to do better. I got to acknowledge that more often, and you're never going to get the attaboy every day. I mean, it just, sorry, it ain't going to happen. Because in my mind, your attaboy is your paycheck on Friday. If you still got a job, it means you did all right this week.
You're doing okay.
Yeah. But no, I know people are different, and
It's almost like I tell my kids, when the coach quits getting after you, that's when you need to worry.
Art says it best. I can sit there and lose my shit and be up him and down on him the other side. He just, when I get done, he looks at me and goes, "Are you done?" And man, that lights my fucking fuse even more.
If there was only one person in this world that could pull that off,
It's Art.
it's Art.
Yeah.
Because I can only imagine if I did that to you, how that would fucking go.
So, but he'll always say when I'm silent, when something goes wrong and he feels like it's his fault, and I just am silent, that's when he knows he fucked up. But it is because I don't know. It is what it is. It's not. I'm full of faults, but the older I get, the more I can acknowledge them and try to do better. I'm also acknowledging the fact that
Some things aren't going to change.
some things ain't going to change. And I just don't believe in it, you know. I'm sorry. But
I mean,
yeah. So, I mean, we got to, Harris, Scott, Tracy, TJ, Ron, absolutely. Ron Crum. Shout out Ron Crum. There you go. You probably never got a shout out before in your life, Ron Crum. There you go. Like I said, yourself, Crawford, Andrew. We got a hell of a team. We really do. Can we be better? Absolutely. Every one of us could do better. See, there you go. I'll give you a little bit. I'm going to take it right back.
As long as you're going 2 steps forward, 1 step back, we're still taking a step forward.
That's right. Yep. We all could do better. We could. But at the end of the day, I do nowadays interact a lot with other branches, and I'm happy for my team. I feel like when John worked here, I always told him, I feel like I do good insulating and circling myself with the hand-picked group that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
And I truly do believe that's one of my strengths is I can put a team together. This guy has got this weakness, but this guy, I've said it all along, Brian and I are night and day difference. But we do balance each other out in a way. You bring to the table, I can be as pissed off as I want to be, but when you leave, I'm usually in a better mood.
I just lighten it up. It's not much, but I got something.
No, you bring a lot more than that, but there's key elements to all of us. So, but anyways, got on a rant and
hey, it happens.
Yeah, So if you're watching this, and I just gave you a shout out, there you go. There's your bonus. No, I have no control over that.
We just sent you out to the masses.
That's right. Now you're all going to have to worry about where you live because people.
They're going to start getting vultured from us, man. Everybody's going to pick all the other construction companies that watch us trying to pick up the trades.
Yep.
The tricks of the trade. They're going to come for your handpicked team.
I told Brian, it was several years ago, back when I first wanted to podcast. This was maybe 10 years ago.
Podcast a thing back then?
Oh, yeah. Joe Rogan started in mid-2000s. Oh, yeah. Google it. Hit the Google. Hit the Google of his first podcast. You're going to shit. But anyways, and you got to watch it. Oh, my God.
Was it bad?
Oh, horrible. But so there's a Build Wit is the cat's handle. And he promotes the trades and this and that. And God, I've just always loved it. Was I wrong?
No. 2009.
I was actually right for once.
Oh, more than 10 years. But almost still. 20.
Yeah.
More like 16.
Podcasting has blown up since COVID. Don't get me wrong.
Everybody has a fucking podcast.
Yeah. Look, we do.
Yeah, it's spread.
Correct. But where am I going with this?
I don't know. I wasn't listening.
Oh, there's 3 podcasts. I love our podcast because we just shoot the shit and come up with, we had a whole different game plan, and I love history. I wish I knew more. I know a lot about I know a little about a lot. There you go. That's what I meant to say. And as you can see here, last Saturday was the 250th anniversary of the Midnight Run.
Was it?
Yep. Why do you think I came up with this?
Oh, I have no idea. I was like, all right. April 18th, 1775.
Yep. So what's that mean next year? 1776, 2026.
Oh, the bicentennial of the ride.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
no. That's not how time works. This should be 200 years. No.
It's 250 years. What in the fuck? You're making me dumber right now. I'm second guessing myself.
What would be 250 years? Is it? Yeah, it would.
Yes.
Math.
I'm the world's worst mathematician.
Well, I'm sitting here and I'm trying to look through this and you got about a third of my attention right now.
Oh, wow. Wow. I see how that works. So anyways, so you had the midnight run. You had, and obviously Saturday or Sunday, whichever. What did the midnight run lead to? The shot heard around the world. Started the whole British. I thought you did a bunch of research on this.
Yeah, I found out a lot of the inaccuracies on it.
Correct. And Travis, I'm going to pretty much go over the highlights of all what we know and have been taught. And I believe you're going to bring to the table a lot of the inaccuracies.
Some of the interjections that I might have on.
Yep. So that's coming up. That's our main section of the podcast, anyways. But what I was getting at is, I love ours because we're so just off the wall and squirrel all over the place. I don't know. I guess I must be one of the only people in the world that think that would be entertainable to watch.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's just because I'm that way.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff about this stuff.
So we got that one. We got the one that we actually do. I always wanted to do another one, and I had a name for it and everything. Father or son knows best. You know, there used to be an old show called what? Father Knows Best, I believe.
Father Knows Best.
Hit the Google. God damn it. Hit it.
Remember Major Dad?
No, this was like in the fucking 50s, I think. Father Knows Best, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, so I wanted to do a podcast called Father or Son Knows Best. And what I wanted to do, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Boy, I'm all fucking sorts of accurate tonight. But
It must not have been that good because it was never on Nick at Night.
Oh, well, whatever. I wanted Eli and myself, shout out Eli, my son, to basically go over pop culture, everyday life, basically. And I wanted to get his view and my view. And I still, to this day, think that would be super cool to see certain things in two different generations. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe one day I'll have a spinoff. And then third one, I always wanted to do one solely based around the trades.
Just
talk about management, talk about workforce, kind of how we started, and then realize that you don't really want to go down that road. Might get too many things talked about. So yeah, there's three different styles of podcasts that I'd like, and who knows, I might bring.
It's almost a mix, kind of, that I think we've done. You've brought your son on here.
Yep.
And we got his view on college compared to your view.
Yep.
We've had my kids on here. By no means was that a viewpoint discussion.
It was theirs.
Yeah.
Towards Disney.
Yeah. We've talked about the trades.
Yep.
And the other one that you talked about that I forgot about. What was the other one? What was the third one? History?
Squirrel.
What was you said there was 3 podcasts that else you want to do?
Yeah. The one we do.
Oh, okay.
Where we're just random. Father or Son Knows Best, and something wrapped around the trades. So
I think you've incorporated it quite a
we've
bit.
touched on most of that, but anyway, so we had episode 17 was lined up. I had research done, ready to go, and then I was watching the news, and I saw that, and I'm like, what? So hit the old ChatGPT, and I'm like, holy shit. Texted Travis, said, we're changing. This is what it is. Episode 17. So, actually, I have 17, 18, and 19 already done, ready to go. So, anywho.
What are we doing? Are we keeping it a secret?
No. 18 is going to be a continuation of this one, where it goes from the midnight run right into the shot heard around the world. And then we're killing that. I have 2 more episodes, but I'm going to kill it. And the 19 is what we were going to do this time. You remember what that was?
Nope. When you're like, we changed it up, I'm like, good, because I didn't know what it was. I don't think you told me.
Really?
You know, one thing that I was hoping happens on one of these podcasts,
Yeah.
one of these nights that we record, we'd have to change it to go live right then and there,
What's that?
is if there's a storm.
Oh, I thought it was going to happen tonight, actually. Yeah, episode 20 is going to be what we were supposed to do tonight, and that is... Skirt. Yeah, I mean, hell, it still could happen tonight as far as I go. What's that say? Oh, Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fucking jacked for that one because I love Skinwalker Ranch. That'll be a good one for my brother. I also want to give a shout out to my niece Kylie. Haven't shouted her out in a long time and really kind of miss her interaction. She was our biggest fan. So hopefully we get her back.
Well, I don't think Ronnie Holmes is ever going to show back up.
I forgot about Ronnie. Well, yeah.
Do we need to tell everybody that we met Ronnie Holmes?
Yeah.
We did meet him.
Here. And I kept this just in case he ever came back for a... This is how we met Ronnie Holmes.
Oh, was it on there too?
No.
Oh, yep. So...
Here, I'm going to... Okay, so... okay, I need to... Okay, I'm ready to reveal Ronnie Holmes when...
Is the camera on me?
Now it is.
You are now looking at the Ronnie Holmes. It was always me. It's always been me.
Well, I tell you what, you had everybody hook, line, and sinkered.
At a time there was a time.
I mean, that day when that all went down, I was just like, what in the fuck?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I could not believe it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Malia, Super Sleuth Malia.
So
Shout out Malia and Jake.
Do you want to go down how that all happened?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you're on.
So I had the bright idea that day. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to send pizza because we were doing a live.
Yep.
I was like, I'm going to send pizza and really freak everybody out. And it worked like a charm.
Oh, boy. I mean, I was freaked out. But yet again, I didn't eat, so I finally broke down and ate the pizza.
The look on your wife's face was... And that's like you said your daughter said that she couldn't believe how my reaction to it.
I see every day, and to me it looked no different. Like
what made me laugh and maybe put off a good, I guess, front on it was the just total look of what the fuck when your wife walked in here with a pizza. And so I was like, it worked.
I mean, I was literally to a point where I was nervous.
Yeah, and I was going through everything. I went and got a Papa John's gift card. So I was like, they won't be able to track the name or anything on it. And I put it down as Ronnie Holmes. But the one thing I didn't do, for some reason, my dumbass brain, I put my wife's phone number as the contact number.
Yep.
So we went through the whole thing, and Malia was like, I wonder if there's anything on the box.
I couldn't believe they went down that road, honestly.
This was after the whole thing.
Yeah, we were done with the podcast, and
so
everybody
knows.
5 minutes away from getting away from this thing.
I know. And she goes, let's look on the box and see if there's anything. And then she goes, there's a phone number. And I was like, oh, fuck. And they Googled it, and it popped up Danielle Murray. She goes, and she looks at me, she goes, it's you, bitch.
I mean, I was just like, at first when all that went down, I'm sitting here like, what are they talking about? I wasn't picking up on what was going down because I didn't know you could Google someone's phone number and come up with a name.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So I'm sitting here going, and then all of a sudden it dawned on me. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I had it. I had it going.
You did.
And it ruined it. It was so fun.
I told Malia that I was actually a little nervous for you because you became that character and you were really depressed.
Yeah, it was.
When you left that night, I was just like, oh, shit.
It was fun. It was really fun. And then, I mean, it wasn't just me. I wasn't Ronnie Holmes alone.
Correct. Yeah, because there were several times, twice, I believe, that you were actually in here on a live and Ronnie was talking.
Yep. Ronnie Holmes was portrayed by Danielle.
Yeah.
Ronnie Holmes was portrayed by me. There were times where when you were on lives, Danielle was me.
Yeah.
And
you
I
were Ronnie?
was Ronnie Holmes.
Oh, I didn't even know that went down.
Yeah. There was times where I was doing both, and that got really fucking confusing because I'd have to switch accounts. I about got busted doing that one time.
I think that was the first time we ever went live. Or
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I figured out how to do it.
Yeah. I told you, I was like, you were frustrating me so much because I'd be trying to talk as me, and then you'd be like, hey, Ronnie. I'm like, oh, shit. There was so many times I almost commented as Ronnie.
On Travis?
As me. I was like, fuck. But I had so much fun doing that and commenting and, doing the weird shit, talking about Jake.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, it just kind of took a little bit away from me. Like, I had the whole family in on it. It was
a Marie thing.
We were having fun with it.
Yeah. But first thing I said to you was, that's how criminals get caught.
Got a little cocky. I even told, my sister was in on it, too.
Yeah.
And I told you.
Shout out, Brandy. Haven't heard from you in a while.
I felt like Billy Loomis and Stu Mocker.
Yeah.
I felt like I was the Scream guys. I was
Yep.
like, I was coming up with plans, and I flew too close to the sun, and I'll be damned if I didn't get burned.
You got burnt. Yeah. That was quite comical, actually.
Just a look. I was like,
I ain't gonna tell you, or I ain't gonna lie. Now that we found out who it is, I kind of miss it too because like I said, right towards the end, you had us good enough to where I know I was a little bit, but I really think Jake and Malia were nervous.
obviously your wife was.
Well, that just freaked her.
And then delivery remarks. Tell them it's from their buddy Ronnie.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I one little fuck up.
Yep.
One little thing.
I mean, because that was actually months of work because I think right from the very get-go.
Yes, like episode 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Ronnie was commenting.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Yep, and here I am. Now, I got to come up with a new shenanigan. But here's the thing. If anything pops up,
Everybody's going to go right to Travis.
we could get a true legit stalker.
Oh, yeah, and it's going to be you.
They're going to be like, fucking Travis, fucking around again.
Yep. 100%. I agree.
But now the cat's out of the bag. So, thanks a lot, Malia, for ruining all the fun.
Yeah. Got one to actually work right.
Your drum roll sounds like a train at the beginning.
Yeah. It's the best one I could find, too.
Until they hit the hi-hat.
Yeah. All right, well.
Yeah, I got some stuff on sports. And I was wondering to see if I could bring in a new segment.
Okay.
I should talk to you.
I actually cut all the segments out if you haven't noticed. We have our intro, then we go right into it.
Well, I want one segment.
Okay, what is
A
it?
little discussion between the two of us.
Okay.
Every week I'm going to have a Travis's top 3. And we'll have a different subject on what our top 3 is. And you won't know what it is. You just have to roll with it.
Okay. So it's going to be just about anything. Could be about anything.
Anything. Your top 3 of whatever I say. So you got to pull it off the top of your head.
Okay. Are we
All right.
starting?
We're doing it tonight.
Okay. How do you know if it's even something? I mean, I guess you know me good enough that you wouldn't pick something that I don't like.
I don't know on this one.
Okay.
Because it popped in my head last night.
What? Then I'll tell you.
Top 3 breakfast cereals.
I haven't eaten cereal since I was probably 10.
You kidding me?
Yep. I hate cereal.
Okay, top 3 breakfast items.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. What's number 1 the best or number 3 the best?
Number one's your favorite.
Number 1 is my favorite. Are we starting with 1 or are we starting with number 3?
You can go however you want to.
Okay, starting with number 3. Toast.
Just straight, like, do you like toasted toast or like fried toast?
Toasted toast. And you know how...
You know what I'm talking, like fried toast that you get from like a greasy spoon diner
Yep, don't like it.
that they pour the...
I'm very traditional when it comes to breakfast. So this is not going to be real fun for you, but whatever. I will tell you this. My toast has to be buttered every last kernel and none on the sides. It can't run over.
Of course, you'd be so nitpicky on your fucking toast.
First toast goes down like this. Second one goes on top. Then the third one goes here. And then when I get all 4 of them, I flip them. So the bottom is still first. Number 2. Eggs.
How?
Runny.
So over easy?
Yep.
Yep.
Only way to eat them. And number 1, bacon. Crispy.
No.
Crispy bacon. So when I was a kid, ever since I was a kid, and still to this day, my ideal breakfast would be a dozen eggs and a pound of bacon. I could eat it all at one sitting. Not a problem.
Have you ever noticed how like a fried egg, like over easy egg, I think
Well,
I could eat,
there's difference between a fried over easy and just a regular over easy. My wife makes the best fried eggs ever. No oil, no nothing. You just put it in a pan. Flip it once and done.
I don't know. I like over easy eggs. I couldn't tell you how to fucking make them, but they're amazing. The runnier, the better.
Well,
And
same
it
here.
grosses my wife out. One time she made
Well, it
me,
is kind of gross if you think about it.
she made me eggs, and I was sitting there eating it, and I was like, "Man, honey, you got them right," because she always ate over hard. And
hard.
that's what they're called.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard them called that.
So she took forever to be able to cook one, and I was eating. I was like, "That's perfect." She goes, "Are you kidding me?" She goes, "I was seriously trying to gross you out for how undercooked I cooked that egg."
Is there such thing as undercooked?
I don't think so, but
Well, I mean, as long as you're not sucking slime. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't like that. But
yeah.
good talk.
But anyways, mine are
Oh, am I supposed to reciprocate that and say, well, "Oh, Travis, what's yours?"
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Number
Wait.
two-
Oh, go ahead and try
what?
to tell me yours.
Hash browns.
That wasn't it. I was supposed to cut you off and say, no, I'm supposed to. Okay. So, Travis, what's your top 3?
Hash browns is number 3.
Crispy or
Oh, the crispier the better on the hash browns.
okay, same?
They got to be like the shoestring potato, like the thin, long ones. Oh. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'll even go for like the McDonald's ones. That's not bad.
Oh, McDonald's.
But-
Oh, I should have just said McDonald's breakfast in general.
The big breakfast.
No.
You don't like the big breakfast with pancakes?
Pancakes make me want to puke. The texture or something like that, it gets stuck. Still to this day.
Really? Hash browns. And then number 2 would have to be... Ooh, this is tough.
You came up with this, and how are you not prepared?
Well, I came up with cereal.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to go with fried egg on that one. Over easy. And then number 1, biscuits.
With gravy?
No, with jelly and butter.
Wow.
To be specific, raspberry preserves.
You know, one good dynamic about this podcast is you're a millennial, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think the vibe, if you will, or the oil and water, Gen X, millennial, I think that combination is pretty good because your breakfast is ridiculous.
We literally had one of, like, a third of them were the same, and you agreed with me on hash browns.
I told you how I like hash browns. It wasn't nowhere near my list.
Who doesn't like just a regular, like, biscuits with butter and jelly?
This guy,
That's good shit.
number 4, if I had a number 4, would have been biscuits and gravy.
That'd probably be my number 4. But
Sausage
then
gravy.
you got to put Cholula on that motherfucker.
Oh, Jesus.
Or Kahlua, or however you... Not Kahlua. Boozing it up fucking
Yeah.
old white woman style.
No doubt. My Lord.
But yeah, that's... I'll come up with a better one next time.
No, cereal. That was But anyways.
But if you were wondering, for me, it's CT Crunch, Captain Crunch, and Cookie Crisp.
I think adults that eat cereal is ridiculous myself.
How?
I don't, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate mail for that, but adults should not eat cereal.
And a close one for me would still be Honey Nut Cheerios. That's a classic.
Unbelievable.
Forgotten classic.
All right, so that's our new. We will roll right into our. We'll go from our intro right into Travis's top 3, right into Shawn's trivia corner. You ready
we're
for
going
this one?
trivia.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're actually.
I did have a couple big news on sports as well, but
go ahead. Sorry.
Sanders' draft stock has plummeted. I wouldn't say plummeted. He's still top 10.
Why is that a surprise? That shouldn't be a surprise.
Dolphins are working, trying to get Hill on the block for a trade to move up.
They need to.
Here's
done.
Here's something big. The real deal. Devin Neal is possibly, the Chiefs are looking at him as a possible 3rd-round pick. That would be awesome for him. I mean, especially
Correct.
for him. Now, the big one is the Bengals are looking at a possible relocation at the end of the season if they can't come to terms with they want upgrades for their stadium, and then their lease is up.
What's the possible sites?
Right now, number 1, St. Louis. And then Austin and
St. Louis. The Chiefs are leaving, and you're bringing in the Bengals.
What?
You don't think the Chiefs are leaving?
They have nothing to do with St. Louis.
No, but they're all in Missouri.
They had a team before, twice.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Huh.
They had 2. That's the thing. Like 2 other teams have left there.
So what do they think that they're going to bring to the table? That
I'd like to see one in San Antonio. They've been trying really hard for a long time.
Yeah. True.
And see what they'd come up with if they change their names. Like, remember what was the team that was in the USFL? The Bandits, Bandit Ball, with Jim Kelly back in the day.
I never watched it.
I
couldn't get into it.
Really?
Yeah. I know Eli likes the new one. What's the new one?
I think it's USFL.
Oh, is it still?
Or no. It was the XFL and some other one that combined, but I think it'd be cool to see him in San Antonio. But that's all I got for the sports corner.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we got to keep on rolling because we had a good flow going, and we're running way behind here. But anyhow, so we're going to rip right through the trivia because I think we need the trivia to roll into the other one. Are you ready for number 1?
I'm ready. Is this based on Paul Revere?
Yep. Number 1. What year did Paul Revere's famous ride take place?
1775.
I don't even have to do. All right. Number 2. Keep track, by the way. What was Paul Revere's occupation before the American Revolution?
A silversmith and an amateur dentist.
Number 3. What was the name of the group Paul Revere belonged to that opposed British rule?
The Mechanics?
No. A. Sons. No. A. Gosh dang, sorry. Liberty Corps. B. Sons of Liberty. C. Minutemen. Or D. Patriot Guard.
Sons of Liberty.
Damn, I thought that was going to be a loser for you.
Oh, the Mechanics were the little spy ring he was part of.
Yes. Number 4. Which 2 lanterns were hung in the Old North Church to signal the British were coming by sea? Number A. A. 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. B. 2 if by land, 1 if by sea. 3. 3 for warning, 1 for safety, and D, 1 for Revere, 2 for Dawes.
1 if by land, 2 if by sea.
Who ordered the lantern signal in the North Church? Samuel Adams, William Dawes, Paul Revere, or John Hancock?
Paul Revere did. I was gonna say.
What was the intended destination of the British troops on the night of April 18th, 1775? Boston, Salem, Concord, or Lexington? Oh, if you're
Lexington. Was it Concord?
Yep. Damn.
Well, he had to stop in Lexington because his
Correct.
intel was wrong.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no! Here. No,
What?
you're wrong. What
On
phrase?
both of those?
Well, there was only one question.
He was told to go to Lexington, but whatever.
You
He had 2 stops.
We're not talking about Paul Revere. You didn't even listen to the question. What was the intended destination of the British troops?
Well, they were ordered to go to Lexington, but the general decided he wasn't going to do that.
Correct. The general. What phrase is famously but inaccurately associated with Paul Revere's ride? Is it the Redcoats are here, the British are coming, or stand and fight, 2 armed patriots?
The British are coming.
How many riders set out from Boston to warn the countryside that night?
2, but they picked up a 3rd.
I'm telling you, I'm impressed. Who was the other men who rode with or near Paul Revere to warn the colonists?
William Dawes and Samuel Prescott.
Damn. What river did Paul Revere cross by rowboat before his ride? I didn't know this happened. Was it the Mystic, the Hudson, the Charles, or the Merrimack?
Charles River, and he almost got hit by the HMS Somerset.
Huh. Damn. What town did Paul Revere first reach after crossing the Charles River?
Charlestown.
What happened to Paul Revere before he completed his ride to Concord? This is pretty easy. He got lost, his horse gave out, he was captured by the British troops, or he turned back on purpose.
He was almost captured by the British troops. I don't know on that one.
I actually do know this one. He was actually captured by the British troops and then released.
Well, it said he escaped. So, I'm 10 out of 12 right now.
Yep. Not bad for a loser. What did Revere actually yell during his ride? A. To arms, to arms. The regulars are out. B. The British are coming. C. Freedom now.
The regulars are out.
Who finished the ride to Concord after Revere was captured?
Dawes?
Prescott.
Oh.
Duh. What battle occurred the morning after Paul Revere's ride?
Battle of Lexington.
And here's the bonus tiebreaker, if needed. We're just going to say it's needed. What was the name of Paul Revere's horse on the night of the ride?
Brown Beauty?
Damn. So what's your percentage?
13 out of 15. So, fuck.
Do I need to figure it for you, or you got it?
Oh, wait. I can do this in my head. No, I can't. 87%, suckers.
Almost an A.
That's a Travis A. That's higher than a Travis A. A Travis A is an 80%.
Oh boy, no, you did actually way better than I thought. Because you never really claimed to be a historian, did you?
Absolutely not. Well, I did all this research and came up with this shit.
That's pretty
I
crazy.
knew nothing about Paul Revere before
Yeah.
I started this stuff.
That's pretty crazy. That's good shit.
The
right
most
there.
I knew about Paul Revere was, oh, here's a little story I got to tell about three bad brothers you know so well.
Jesus. All right. Well, we'll get right into here. Back in the South. That's what I should be playing. Back in the South. All right. So, in the spring of 1975, Boston was occupied with over 4,000 redcoats. British General Thomas Gage planned to arrest Samuel Adams and John Hancock and seize munitions in Concord. There were spies in Boston and surrounding countryside, including Paul Revere, on constant alert.
Inaccuracy on that one.
What is it? What do you got?
The general.
So where are you actually pulling your inaccuracies from? I mean,
historical documents
Okay.
and stuff. I didn't go on ChatGPT. I actually read shit
where?
on the internet, on written things.
Where do you think ChatGPT gets its shit from?
He was ordered to by. Let's see here. Some dude, some count or something. The William Legge, the Earl of Dartmouth, ordered for him to arrest Sam Adams and John Hancock, but the British General Thomas Gage felt it would lead to an uprising and wasn't a good idea, so he just went ahead and kept living his life and didn't do that when they were on their siege to the munitions.
All right. Let's talk about the Sons of Liberty a little bit.
Okay, let's go to something I didn't do any research on.
Oh, really?
I didn't get that far.
How do you? Oh, that should have been one of the earlier ones because this was formed before any of this.
Yeah, no, I didn't do much pre.
Gotcha. So anyways, the Sons of Liberty, they were a secret society formed to protect the rights of colonists and fight away British tyranny. The members included Paul Revere.
I was going to see if I could guess.
Okay, go ahead. There is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's 4 and others.
Okay, so Paul Revere.
Yep.
John Hancock.
Yep.
His brother Herbie Hancock didn't join. John Adams. Or Sam Adams.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I don't know this other one.
I don't know, Robert Milford.
Canopolis Brown.
That's a pretty sweet name.
Canopolis Brown.
That's a slick name.
Joseph Warren.
Oh.
So they were responsible for organizing resistance, and basically this is all circled. Well,
I have that name written down. He's the one that ordered the ride.
Yeah.
Dr. Joseph Warren.
Dipshit.
Damn it.
So this was all, wrapped around or an uprising about taxes, right? You had
Taxation without representation.
Yep, exactly. So that's where the Sons of Liberty came from, and wherever there's a rising like that, you can always find a little group.
Remember what you're celebrating this summer. A bunch of white slave-owning males didn't want to pay their taxes.
Well, I don't want to pay my taxes either.
You know what that's off of, right?
Mm-mm.
When the bell goes off on the last day of school on Dazed and Confused.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Remember what you're celebrating this summer.
See, I don't pay attention to all those small things. All right. So, anyways, April 18th, 1775, the ride begins. Paul Revere was summoned by Dr. Joseph Warren.
Did you know this was also his second ride that he did for Joseph?
Correct. They used the Lantern Code in the Old North Church, which If I was thinking, I got all sorts of Boston pictures from my trip. I love the Old North Church. So Revere crosses the Charles River by boat to avoid the British patrols. I did not know. That one actually floored me. I thought it was just straight up ride from the beginning until I thought about it. Well, he had to cross the Charles. But anyways, so he met with William Dawes in Lexington and later was joined by Samuel Prescott. Revere took the northern route through Charlestown while Dawes took the southern route. Is that all accurate?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Because I thought I had read somewhere that the lantern code was all inaccurate.
He put it up, and the one up by land, two up by sea but that was a failsafe if he got captured.
Gotcha.
That was like the only other way they could.
But he did get captured.
See, I didn't see that he escaped capture a second time because the first time was when he about got captured by the warship on Charles River. And I saw that he evaded capture a second time. He was not captured. He was damn near captured.
Let's put it this way. This says he was, and the documentary that I actually watched, 3.5 hours, said he was. So I don't know. That's just different research from different sources. So
Different strokes for different folks.
there you go. All right. The midnight warnings. Revere warned every house along his route. He arrived in Lexington around midnight and warned Adams and Hancock. Prescott was the only one to reach Concord. Revere was captured. Revere didn't yell, "The British are coming." He did not. Oh, so here's a little myth breaker also in mine. I'm sorry, I must have missed this. He did not yell, "The British are coming." He likely said, "The regulars are out."
You know why?
No.
A lot of the Americans or residents of those towns, those cities, still considered themselves British, and the British were actually still stationed on the edges of town. So,
Isn't that whole... The whole thing is strange to me to think about it now. How that was all basically ran by the Queen.
yeah. Well, look at it. Where do you think you would stand? Would you, if you lived back then,
I would be with the Sons of Liberty, 100%.
but like, what would that look like now? It would look treasonous. It would look
Correct.
and that would just be a tough thing to stand on, in my mind. You know what I mean? The decisions they had to make to do that.
Yeah, but no.
But we're also not a colony. We're not.
Correct.
It's a
The
different
whole... We were... I mean, look what our outlook and look at what our government... Even though I can't stand government, but just look at... This basically started from scratch.
time. Yeah.
So...
A lot of these people, like Paul Revere himself, were born in the United States.
Correct.
Didn't have any ties to...
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Where treasonous now isn't the same as treasonous back then.
Yeah,
so
true.
when they talk about how all these guys committed treason, you can't really think of it the same way as you would right now. Because everybody's like, "Oh, well, the founding fathers, they were treason," back when they were talking about the January 6th.
Back when we were in the full-blown taking down statues.
Yeah, exactly. But no, the January 6th raid on the Capitol, there was so much comparison to, our founding fathers were treasonous, just like these guys taking over their, tyranny, all this. No, it's not the same. You're going against your own government. There, you're going against the British, which these guys did not belong to. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds weird, but do you know what I'm saying? They weren't born.
They didn't feel ties to it.
Correct.
They wanted... Yeah.
These guys were born in America, saying that America meant everything to them. So let's go burn the Capitol.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I get you.
So, anyways, all right. Aftermath in the next morning from the midnight run. The warning allowed militias to mobilize quickly. That was, man, I tell you what, I know they're all reenactments and all that, but the amount of militia that formed together, to your point earlier, that'd be hard to do. It was probably pretty easy because there are so many of them. It was crazy how many. Vigilance? Is that what you call them? No. What would you call them, guys, other than...
Minutemen.
Well, yeah.
Because they'd be ready to go in a minute's time.
Yeah. On April 19th, skirmishes at Lexington Green and Concord's North Bridge. And then the infamous shot heard around the world was fired. The beginning of the Revolutionary War. And when we talk about that's crazy how all that went down. It's like the same thing still to this day, like when you have a standoff between militaries. And then all of a sudden there's this boom, one shot.
The perfect example of that for me, what you just described,
Yep.
is the showdown at the OK Corral on
Correct.
Tombstone when they're all sitting there and they're all sitting there like this. And I think it was one of the Wyatt brothers goes, "Oh, shit."
Yep.
Because he knows it's about ready to pop off.
Yep.
And then it just took the one shot.
Yeah. But in this case, the redcoats said it wasn't them. The militants, or not militants, the vigilance. No, not the vigilance. What the fuck? The militia said it wasn't them. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, no one's ever going to claim to take the first punch.
Correct. Still to this day, when war starts, it's still the same thing.
Well, we only did it because they did that. We did, yeah.
Kind of crazy. So, what do you have a bunch of inaccuracies to bring to the table from
I
what
think
I just described?
So Robert Newman and John Pulling,
I thought he was an actor.
Bob Newman, or no, that would be Robert Newman.
Correct.
Who is the Newman?
Terrence?
Newman's Own Dressing.
Yeah, that's Robert, isn't it?
No. Now Phil Collins is popping into my mind.
The best song ever made.
So Robert Newman and
I
John
can feel
Pulling
it
were the ones that...
coming in the air tonight.
Is it coming or calling?
I don't know. I hope I don't get banned, though.
They climbed to the bell tower of Boston's Christ Church to place lanterns and signaling to the British were coming by sea. These lanterns didn't set. We talked about that. Didn't set Revere on his ride. Joseph Warren did.
Yep.
I talked about the HMS Somerset. The British, actually, where the British are coming came from Dorothy Scott's retelling years after. Dorothy Scott was formerly married to, but at the time of the ride was engaged to John Hancock, and she remarried, and she was telling the story, retelling her version of the story that he came. One of his destinations was their place, and he was yelling in the streets, "The British are coming! The British are coming!" Come to find out, it was. I don't know if she was trying to embellish or she just remembered it wrong.
Yep.
Also, nobody even really knew that this fucking happened until almost 100 years later, when
I'm confused by
Henry
that.
Wadsworth Longfellow wrote the poem
Long-
86 years later. And he did the British. He took a lot of poetic liberties, I should say, with how he wrote it.
So what do you mean? No one knew about. I mean, it
wasn't-
set
it
off
wasn't-
the fucking
It
Revolutionary
wasn't
War.
something that was talked about. It wasn't something a lot of people knew
They
about.
just thought the war started.
Well, I don't know. But 86 years later, when Henry Wadsworth Longfellow wrote the poem,
Longfellow
Deeds.
Yep. That was a good show.
Oh, deeds!
Old Blackfoot. That was nasty shit. Huh.
But yeah,
So what in your research was the biggest inaccuracy? The
the
lanterns?
British are coming.
Yeah.
Um,
Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's still being taught.
oh yeah, that he yelled that, and
Yeah.
that he was a lone rider.
Yep. You suppose that's just because the lure,
That's what they said. This could have, whatever his name is, Williams Dawes. It could have been William Dawes' Midnight Ride. Why don't more people know his name?
yeah. Why?
Or
is
Samuel
that?
Prescott.
Why is that?
I guess
Why Paul Revere?
Henry Wadsworth Longfellow decided to write it about.
Fucking deeds.
Decided to write it about Revere himself, the Frenchie he was.
The Frenchie.
His father was French, and he actually ended up fighting against some of his father's fellow comrades from back in the homeland in the French.
The Homeland. Speaking of that, that's a good series.
In the French something war. French Indian War? Something like that? I don't know. His dad was Apollo Revere, and he Americanized his name after he moved here and got engaged.
There you have it. Paul Revere.
Born in 1734.
Nice.
He was quite an old fellow for, that time.
He wasn't a long fellow, though. All right, give us a stat-up check.
Stat-up check.
Or whatever. I think that was a good...
That was the best flow we've had.
Yeah, give us some comment on that. We actually kept our main body. We flowed right into... We went from Travis' top 3 to the questions, the trivia, and flowed right into this. And as far as I'm concerned, that was a pretty deep dive into this little tidbit in history.
And I know you're impressed, but... I'm actually impressed with myself.
Yeah.
And my preparation on this one. I think you kind of went a little hard on those trivia questions, but
What do you mean by that?
you went deep on those ones.
No.
You
But you got them all right.
I know, that's how, and I think you were a little disappointed because you wanted to just dumbass the shit out of me on that.
Yeah, you stood your ground on this one. I mean, this could be your shining episode.
I know. Mr. Fisher would be proud. My history teacher.
Yeah. All right, give us a stat-up check. God, what am I trying to stat-up check? What the fuck is that?
I think you're trying to stay stat update.
Yeah. Jeez.
So we are up to 33 subscribers.
I thought it was just 31.
That's last time I looked. We went from 30 to 31, and now we're at 33. Or that was today when I told you that we had 31. Earlier today.
So we gained 2 throughout the day?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe
Scott and Art.
Shout out Bill Landis.
Hey, Bill!
Tiny. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see that one happening, but maybe.
The release from 2 days ago, not bad. 26 views in 2 days.
That is good.
That's pretty. That's not 300 views like we had one time.
Correct.
That got taken away.
Because I think our last 3 have kind of been pretty mediocre, stuck in the 30s, right?
Yeah. We the Freemasons is at 43. The moon landing hit 62.
What's our original? Is it like 150 yet?
161. God damn. It was so bad. Why people are still watching that thing?
Obviously, something's coming across.
What was this one? The one where we talked about Ingalls? Book reading? You were reading. I like how you put that you were book reading.
Yeah, I got to get better at the titles. Apparently
Kansas Trivia, reading as an adult. That one had 157. It's number 2. And then those are the only ones that are over 100. So we're getting better.
We're getting more steady anyways. I don't know if we're getting better.
We're getting better.
I think the quality and the content's getting better, but I don't think our views are getting better.
Here's one that'll help make you feel a little bit better about everything. We have 1,605 views altogether of all of our videos.
Divided by 17. It's 100. It's 100 average. So how's that work?
No, it's not 100 average. It's like 90.
17 and we got 170. Or 1,700 views.
No, we don't. I said we have 1,605.
Oh. So that'd be over. Oh, no, that'd be less. Yeah.
You're doing Travis math right now.
Whoa. So, yeah, I mean, the thing that you could really help us out is...
Like, comment, and subscribe. And we are getting subscribers. We're slowly but surely, we're still climbing.
Yeah. Main thing to me is, like I said, it's somewhat therapeutic. So I have no plans on quitting.
Right now.
So if you hate us, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But
sooner or later we'll hit it.
Yeah, I think setup's getting easier. Like I said, today we could have actually been earlier, but I got focused on something else. And I will do that. I will get that figured out, which I don't know why, because I've already had it figured out. I already did it, so it's no big deal. I don't know what was going on tonight, but, I'd love to maybe add that element to each one of them, like a 15-minute little live of behind the scenes.
I need to, obviously, we did reach some people with the TikTok, so I need to
Yes,
to hit that a little harder.
Yeah, and I think that's still the key, according to all the young people.
Yeah, I need to hit that a little bit harder. Follow through.
I don't know what your hang up is on that, actually.
I don't know. I feel like I need to find like gold to make something on that. I'll sit there.
Every fucking episode is gold from beginning to end. I mean, if you want to make fun of us,
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, geez, you can't get much more gold.
I need to start hammering them out. But yeah, we're moving and shaking.
Yeah,
We haven't quit.
Yeah, we're going in the right direction anyway.
We faced adversity. Well, we haven't. You have. I sat here. But yeah, even like this, we weren't able to record on normal nights. Moved it.
Yeah, and that tells me that the whole process is getting easier, because at first it's a struggle to get them edited in time, and then it got a little better. So then we're like, okay, let's do it on Mondays, and we'll just get 7 days, blah blah blah. Well, now,
because when did we start?
We started before Christmas.
No. When did we start? Did we always record on Mondays?
No,
because there was something we changed.
Yeah, we changed to Mondays. We were Fridays, and it only gave me 2 days to. Because we were releasing on Monday. So then I was like, well, why don't we do a 7-day cycle?
Yeah.
And it took almost 7 days to get that damn thing.
I'm going to ask something here, and don't get pissed off at me, but I might wait. Do you want me to wait till we're off air?
No, I don't care.
What if we went, are we close to maybe going 2 episodes a week? Or you think that's 2 full episodes?
No, I've told you that.
Yeah.
Even if we don't record, or even if we don't publish 2 a week, I would love to get a stockpile.
Yeah.
Of episodes. Like I said, I feel pretty comfortable having 20 episodes right now, ready to go.
But even if we did that, I mean, that's one thing I always saw. Like,
but you got to understand, that's going to be a 3-hour block. If we, I see what you're saying. You're saying multiple days, not multiple episodes in one day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we went to like a Monday, Thursday release.
Monday and Thursday. So that means we'd film Mondays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
To get 7-day
cycles.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's too much on it, you know what I mean? Because it's all on you.
Like I said, it's getting easier.
Like I said, I just show up.
Maybe I should do more editing. I don't know.
I like the rawness of it. I don't want.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. If I wanted it polished, we'd have some.
And let's be honest, the ones that you edited real hard on the first were pretty rough. Yeah. Not your editing, our.
Correct, because we just didn't have. I mean, not that we have the best equipment in the world, but our equipment game has gotten better.
Not even that, just the way we talked, the way we. That first one we were trying to do when I was like, "Oh, we're gonna watch videos," and then we didn't know how to do that. That was
horrible. But there is so much more we still could bring that. We got this nice big screen behind us. We should be utilizing that a little more. We should be utilizing bringing video into our broadcast, and I just haven't gone that far yet. I mean, to me, we haven't had enough smooth in a row to where I can venture off a little bit. Today would have been, other than I got fixated on this. But
and I mean, if you're out there, I mean, obviously some people watch it. What do you want more of? What do you want less of?
Yeah, absolutely.
What would you like us to do?
Yeah, I want more. If anything, I want more comments.
Like we haven't had a comment since Ronnie Holmes hasn't been on.
Yep. Kylie used to comment all the time too, so I don't know if our stuff is, everything went downhill when we did the lives.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the random lives that pop up here and there.
Yep.
Maybe, but now that Ronnie Holmes isn't here, how's that going to go?
I don't know. We still interacted pretty good.
Yeah.
It was so weird. We interacted with our family, and that was it. But it was still fun.
Yeah, it was a blast.
So if we could get some outsiders, it'd be even better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll actually throw a recording. We'll record, but I want to get this other camera up and going, and we'll do an impromptu live.
I think, like I said, the next time there's a big storm, if you're not allowed to go back out in it.
What?
Because remember I texted you on that big storm. I'm like, hey, are you out storm chasing? You said you weren't allowed to go out.
Oh, do you want to do a live one out in on the go?
We could do that, or I can run here, or
Okay, yeah, I'm down with that. 100%. Last night would have been awesome. The fucking lightning. Did you not? Were you not up?
When did it happen?
10, 9,
I
9
was out.
I ain't ever seen. Well, I have, but it's been years since I've seen so much electricity in the sky.
And
It was
Colton told me
insane.
you guys got hammered with hail here in town. He said he got golf ball size.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Didn't last long. It was kind of mushy.
I need that at my house because I got my roof redone on the garage.
Oh, yeah.
And the breezeway. I need my house redone.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right. We're running a little long here, so just like that, under the cover of night, with a lantern in a church window and a galloping horse, history was set into motion. Paul Revere didn't fire a shot. He didn't lead an army. He rode through the dark to light a fire that would never be extinguished. A fire we call freedom, my friends. Freedom. You should have gone, freedom. Always remember, friends, eating dinner before 5 isn't just a choice. It's a lifestyle. I need you to stay curious, stay connected. Keep your head on a swivel and stay vigilant. See you on the flip side.
Nia sex time.
Well, they gather around at 4:30 each day with Travis and Shawn. It's the easy way. Just sit back, cause the fun is sublime. Talking about life and all things in time. They mixing stories, a laugh or two. In the northern light, they shine right through. With a laugh and a tale, they set the tone. Stories of love, heartaches unknown. A warm embrace to the airways flown. In this timeless place where good vibes flow. Don't love the land, hey, no, that's the way. Hey, we done. Don't trouble my longing whispers and passionate noise.
Right on time, but
Pretty close.
Yep.
That went
Anyways,
fast.
yeah, it did. And just like that, oh fuck! Here I go again. God damn it! All right, here we go. Shake it off. And just like that, under the cover of night, with a lantern in a church window and a galloping horse, history was set into motion. Paul Revere didn't fire a shot. He didn't lead any army. He rode through the dark to the light of fire. What the fuck are you shaking your head for?
To the light of fire.
Shut up. All right. And
Well, they gather around at 4:30 each day with Travis and Shawn. It's the easy way. Just sit back, cause the fun is sublime. Talking about life and all things in time. They